Hey, thanks so much for tuning into the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth. We are on Psalm 95 today. Hopefully, you have been encouraged, inspired, challenged, convicted by the Word of God. Psalm 91 to Psalm 95 this week. If you happen to miss any of the daily doses, go back and watch them. If any of them encouraged you, if any of them inspired you, do me a favor and hit share, hit like, so that way more people can hear the Word of God, be challenged, be encouraged, and they can experience the Word of God on a daily basis. That's why we do what we do here. So we're going to be in Psalm 95. This is a psalm of worship, a psalm of going to the Lord and being so thankful for who he is. We've talked about the sovereignty of God. We've talked about how he is above and beyond everything. And because of that, because of his almightiness, because he is El Shaddai, we can go to him, and we should go to him with a reverence, with an awe, with a fear, and a posture. It's such a way of humility and gratitude. Let's choose to do that today. I'll be reading the first 7 verses of Psalm 95. Come, let us sing for joy to the Lord. Let us shout aloud to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before him with thanksgiving and extol him with music and song. And really, that's why we do what we do on a consistent basis here at Shrewsbury Assembly. I mean, that's why we put such an effort and emphasis in our worship music. Pastor Leah, I mean, she does a fantastic job leading, but it's not about her. It's about a team of people who are using their God-given gifts and talents to usher people into the presence of God. That's what it's about. It's not about a person, but it's about worshiping God the Father. And so let's choose to do that. And the amazing thing is that God is omnipresent. He is everywhere. So we can choose to worship him day in and day out. Verse 3, for the Lord is a great God, the great King above all gods. In his hand are the depths of the earth, and the mountain peaks belong to him. The seas is his, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Come, let us bow down and worship. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker, for he is our God, and we are his people of his pasture, the flock under his care. Today, if only you would hear his voice. And that is my prayer today, is that today, if you would only hear his voice. You just heard his voice right here with the word of God. Let that transcend and let that permeate everything inside of you. If there are things in your life that you have not truly surrendered to the Lord, would you choose to do that today? Would you choose to, as what the psalmist says, that you're going to bow down, you're going to kneel? Maybe you need to do that physically. Maybe you need to do that with your heart posture in humility of bowing down and saying, Lord, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for trying to do things my own way. I'm sorry for trusting my own timing, my own agenda. I'm going to choose to worship you today. Let's do that. And I want to encourage you to join us tomorrow morning at Shrewsbury Assembly, 10:15. We'll be back, obviously, again on Monday for another Daily Dose as we continue in Psalms. But today, would you choose to worship him? Would you choose to reflect on Psalm 95 and go to him with humility and just see what God has in store for you? Let's just not talk to the Lord. Let's choose to listen to him today, hearing his voice. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure to tune in on Monday again, and then online or in person tomorrow morning, and on Monday for the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth.